Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled at the foot of a towering mountain, there lived a wise father named Samuel and his young son, Thomas. The two were inseparable, and their bond was strong, like the roots of the ancient trees that surrounded their home. They were known far and wide for their happy and contented life. One bright morning, as the sun cast a warm golden glow over the village, Samuel had an idea. He said to his son, Thomas, "Let's journey to the market in the neighboring village and sell our finest fabrics. The people there appreciate quality, and we can make a good profit." Thomas eagerly agreed, and the father and son prepared their donkey for the journey. With bundles of colorful fabrics loaded onto the donkey's back, they set off. As they walked along the winding path, the villagers they passed by couldn't help but comment. "Look at that poor donkey," one person said, "carrying such a heavy load while those two walked beside it." Thomas overheard and became concerned. "Father, perhaps we should have the donkey ride and lighten its load. We don't want people to think we're cruel." Samuel nodded, and they decided to have Thomas ride the donkey. As they continued on their journey, they encountered more villagers. "Look at that lazy boy," another person remarked, "riding while his poor father walks. What a disrespectful child." This time, Samuel overheard and worried that they might be seen as neglectful parents. So they swapped places, with Samuel riding the donkey and Thomas walking beside. As they walked further, they couldn't escape the comments. "Look at that selfish father," a passerby whispered, "forcing his young son to walk while he rests comfortably." Samuel and Thomas exchanged anxious glances. Unsure of what to do, they decided to both ride the donkey together. It seemed like a reasonable compromise, but it wasn't long before they heard more remarks from the villagers. "Are they trying to kill that poor donkey?" someone exclaimed. "They're both too heavy for it." Feeling embarrassed and unsure of how to please everyone, Samuel and Thomas finally stopped to rest under a giant oak tree. As they sat in the shade, they reflected on the situation. Samuel turned to his son and said, "Thomas, we have tried to please everyone, but it seems that no matter what we do, someone will always have something to say. We must learn not to be overly concerned with the opinions of others." Thomas nodded, realizing the wisdom in his father's words. They decided to unload the donkey and walk alongside it, doing what felt right for them, regardless of what others thought. As they resumed their journey, they ignored the passing comments and continued with their heads held high. When they finally reached the neighboring village, they were met with curious gazes and raised eyebrows, but they paid no mind. They successfully sold their fabrics and returned home with their profits. The journey with the donkey had taught them a valuable lesson. It's impossible to please everyone, and caring too much about what others think can lead to unnecessary stress and unhappiness. Samuel and Thomas continued to live their lives as they saw fit, content in the knowledge that their happiness and well-being were more important than the opinions of others. And so they lived their days in harmony, knowing that true contentment comes from being true to oneself, not from seeking the approval of others.